force, I know it's hard to remember. All 1,980 members. That's why you have to go and collect them all. Tell your parents they can buy them at the mall now.
Hello and welcome to Speeding Bullets Repackaged. I am Richie.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Tupper here for you. Adam Tupper is my full name. Richie never puts his full name on this on anything because he's like Cher.
Yeah, it's true.
One name only. But although it's funny because I'm like, if somebody met me out in the wild from the podcast and they were like, "Hey Tupper, I know you from Speeding Bullets. Hey, is that your last name or your first name? What kind of a first name is Tupper?" Like, that's not a real question. Also, why are you stalking me? Why are you at my door at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday? It would never happen. We don't have those kind of audiences. But hey, everybody, how's it going? It's another awesome edition of Repackaged. Toys. Richie,
It is
this
the all
week.
coming soon edition.
Wow, we have so much stuff to share with you, so much stuff to show you, some really cool shit, some really insane looking shit, some bonkers shit, and some stuff that we're definitely going to get.
So much shit, in fact, that we can't even do Shit Richie Bought this week. Because there's just too much stuff.
So like they dropped a whole bunch of stuff last week and we're going to talk about it, but Richie also bought a bunch of stuff last week and I was like, this is going to take up a whole episode on its own. And whether you really enjoy shit Richie bought this week, well, you're going to have to wait until next week for shit Richie bought this week. And then next week we'll have even more shit that Richie bought, which we'll have to wait until, again, later on. And eventually it's just going to be shit Richie bought last year.
Shit Richie Bought.
And that's what,
sometime.
in 2024. It's 2027. Shit Richie bought in 2025. Well, March 2025. And now here we are. It's June 2027. Anyway. You doing good, buddy?
Yeah,
Everything's good?
Everything is good. There's another McFarlane sale on at EB Games right now. That, again, stacks with your Edge discount that you get, the EB discount, which is depending on your level, but you're getting up to like 25% off. Something I'm not showing you that I bought today, I got like $25 off that I'm going to show you next week because there's no time.
There's no time. I am curious though. What is your? Are you platinum Edge level over at?
Yeah, I'm platinum Edge.
At EB?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there so much they probably just gave it to him for free. They're like, usually it's like $25 a year, but you get it for free, sir, because you are in here every other day.
There's no shortage of me spending there to accumulate my points. But
it's true, and most of the time it is in fact action figures. Do you even buy other things at EB besides action figures?
Sometimes I buy little things for Vanessa if she's with me, and or I've bought things for other people there, but I haven't actually bought video game stuff there in quite some time. So
that's hilarious, and maybe we'll change that at Christmas.
Yeah. All right, we got a lot to get through, so
get into it. Let's do it. Load it up. That 11-second coming soon song that I was supposed to be able to hear, but I can't.
Oh, you can't hear that one?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I know it's playing.
Huh.
I'm just talking over it anyway.
That's weird.
Like an asshole.
Do you hear this one?
A little bit. Okay. It's muffled, but I can hear.
Interesting that you can hear some of the effects, but not all. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all.
That's right.
Hit us with that first image. Hit us with that first image.
Image
also
is some blunt man.
While Richie's
and
loading
Chronix.
that. Oh boy, this is obviously going to be the first one off. For those of you who aren't aware, Richie is a massive fan of Kevin Smith and the View Askew work and everything that Kevin Smith does. He is a Kevin Smith stan.
These guys come from a company called Plastic Meatball that is doing them, and the Kevin Smith, or sorry, the blunt man that is there is has the old style lightsaber from the Star Wars that extends from the arm, so it actually goes into the arm. That's the style that they went with. But yeah, they're just cute little figures that I couldn't not show because, well, I'm me. So.
Also, let's be honest, Plastic Meatball is a fantastic name for a toy company.
Exactly. So,
I gotta
and
say that.
and Kevin Smith is
Right.
great because he always finds these independent companies to make his shit for him. So he's kind of helping out little guys at the same time. So, not super little guys, but little guys. So it's cool. I like that shit.
The smaller guys, the small guys. They're not quite the Lollipop Guild, but maybe they would be considered munchkins.
Yeah, maybe
One or the other. Used fictional smaller little people as opposed to real ones, because that would have been wrong. While we have this pause, I just want to say thanks for watching us here on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Hit that ding. I know Richie just hit ding like a bunch of times, and there it was again. I love it. There you go. Thanks, everybody. All right, what's next? What's next?
Now, this one is something that is massive, and I put this one first for a reason, because it is something that I originally thought was a platinum edition to a figure that I had pre-ordered, and that is the Revenge of the Green Lanterns Red Cyborg one. Turns out it's its own release. Tupper got quite an excited text from me once I saw that. Because it's funny, because I was going down, there was like a huge drop on GameStop last week of all kinds of stuff that we're going to show you. And I didn't see this at first, but I saw the I saw something else that I'm going to talk about after, and I pre-ordered that for collecting the store. But the Red Cyborg here wasn't available for collect-in store. It was only for home delivery. I'm like, all right, I'm getting both of them because I ordered one for Tupper as well. But we're getting them both delivered to home, so it's not going to be a chase to find what we thought was a chase.
I love this idea because I thought that the excitement around the Cyborg Superman was very high based on the reactions I saw online. And Richie and I talked about this when I was in Ottawa last week. But I was very thrilled to hear that this is a brand new regular release. It's not a chase. Because it does seem like it's going to be popular. And
it is very popular. Like I'm in a few groups. And like... a lot of these groups that I'm in are American groups, and they get a lot of these figures earlier than us. Bastards. But I saw someone.
Sorry, Americans. We love you unless you're Republican, and even then, it really depends.
Yeah.
And if you voted for Trump, though, go fuck yourself.
And so I totally forgot what was I saying.
You're in American groups.
Oh yes, and somebody was just gone through, and it was showing his friend that he just bought like 2 red cyborgs that he was going to bring to him or something like that, and then someone else came running by, grabbed his bag, and took off with the fucking cyborgs that he just bought, and I'm like, wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So yes, it is popular.
Was it in Florida?
I didn't have a location, but I would not be surprised if it was Florida. So, anyways, the next one is actually the one that I almost spoiled, but I didn't want to say because we didn't talk about it yet. But I have pre-ordered myself the Red Lantern Guy Gardner that was dropped on GameStop. There is so much to like about this figure. The Red Lantern colors, the Red Lantern symbol, but the red in the eyes, the blood around the mouth, they just really nailed that for the character. You got a little bit of a better look there with the red eyes. And then
it's nice, and I'm telling you, I'm still kicking myself that I didn't actually get that Guy Gardner, because I've just based on the photos that Richie showed and everything, I'm like, this is nice. They did a pretty nice job with this guy. Even if there is a line around his head, you can see the difference in color between his ears and the rest of his face.
Like I said,
it doesn't matter. It's nice stuff.
When you're looking at it at a distance, like I'm looking at it now on my shelf, and I can't see the line. So, like, it's only when you're really close up that you can see it, and you're not gonna be looking at your action figures like this all the time. So,
that is. I'm going blind. That's how I look at all of my stuff. It's just
that's how you watch TV on a big screen.
And I'm just like, yeah, I'm always this close to the screen, and that's why I cannot see and differentiate shapes and colors.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
Life comes at you fast, folks.
Now this one, I didn't think I was going to get. I'm still undecided, but it's starting to look a little bit better now that I'm seeing some more images of the Dark Archer. I just like
long pause.
It just, the part about it that I don't like is like the head sculpt isn't great. Like it's not very. I don't know. It doesn't, like, it's just very generic. And I know they can't.
It's very generic.
Yeah. But I kind of want it because it's like a Green Arrow thing. And I kind of need to have a Green Arrow villain because I don't have any real Green Arrow villains that aren't his soul in my collection.
Well, yeah. And I mean, we did see this figure as a CGI render. I think we talked about it in the show way back when. So I'm interested to see what the actual head sculpt is when you see it in store or when they have some more high-res images of just the head sculpt.
Yeah.
But it is, like you said, very, very generic. I think unless you're a huge Green Arrow fan, this is maybe a pass.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they made it.
Yeah.
Merlin got a figure.
Yeah, even though they couldn't call him Merlin.
Yeah. For reasons we're not entirely certain of, maybe somebody else has the copyright to Merlin. Maybe Merlin is copywritten under King Arthur. I don't.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We're not copyright lawyers.
And people don't pay us for that shit. So.
They don't pay us at all.
That's true. I do. Yeah. So I think that's gonna be one where when I see it drop on the website, I'm gonna pre-order it, and then I'll make a decision when it arrives in the store, and if it's good enough, then I'll grab it and. We'll see. So, because even in the pictures, like it looks better in the pictures, it may even look better image. And I may be able to forgive the generic looking face because I have forgiven head sculpts in the past for certain things.
True.
So we'll see.
True, you have.
Next
it's
up,
true. You have. It might be a Cyndi Lauper situation where Richie's singing "It's Good Enough for Me" when he finally sees it. That is a Goonies reference. You are welcome. To those of us watching who are over 40, and let's be honest, that is like all of you.
That's right. The next one, I regret that I didn't include a picture of the chase, unfortunately, but this just dropped on the GameStop website for pre-order as well. The other day, Hawk Girl, I did pre-order her. I was in Sunrise the other day, and I think it was Saturday or Sunday, and they had one of her, and he said he sold the chase of her as well that he got. So they were starting to and the Red Lantern guy they already had, but it's more expensive there. Generally there, I only pick up the chases that I can't get other places, or if I can't find it somewhere, then I'll pick it up there. And I'm not going to pay more just to get the Red Lantern guy early when I've already pre-ordered it from GameStop. Same with the Hawk Girl. I'm not totally sold on the chase. Like I know that the classic JLU look slash JLU look is kind of cool, but this has always been my preferred Hawk Girl look. So I may forego the chase.
This is more in line with, I think, like Justice League, the cartoon, and again, classic images of the character, whereas the chase is more Kendra Saunders, more of the modern look. I like them both. I do like the chase a little more in this instance. It's a little bit more realistic, and it's a little bit more. There's a little bit more detail, I think, in the costuming that works well for me. But if you're a Justice League Unlimited or a Justice League purist, I think this is the one you're going to be getting, as Richie just explained.
Yeah. Next
It's
one.
nice, though. This is a nice one.
Next one, I'm probably not going to get, but I'm glad it's being made for the people out there. And that's Kite Man.
Kite Man.
Hell yeah, Kite Man.
I thought you would be definitely getting this one.
I
thought
know.
this would be something you'd definitely be interested in.
I don't know. Like, I like the character, and I like the ridiculousness of the character. I guess I'm just not that. I'm just not that into you. I'm just not that into Kite Man as you may think. However,
I'm gonna make I'm making a prediction right now.
Okay.
I'm making a prediction, Richie.
Okay.
And that's when you see this in store. If you see it in store, you're gonna get it.
We'll see.
100%. You see it in store, you're gonna see that that kite, which again looks like I don't think maybe it's vinyl in the kite. It's definitely
I'm
a
not
fabric
sure.
of some kind.
Seeing the
I think you're gonna get this.
I think seeing the kite in person may be the selling feature on it. Just maybe the
100%. 100%. I'm calling it right now. When this comes out, you're gonna see it. You're gonna get it, buddy. It's gonna be on your shelf. You're gonna be kite manning it up.
Now, another one that has already hit the shelves at Sunrise that just went up for pre-order at GameStop is the Many Lives of Superman one, which I have an older version of over here, which has Bughead as instead of the globe head, I think. But you got the lion head and the smart head, I guess you could call it, the big cranium.
Big brain. The big brain.
Cloth cape.
I cannot tell you how little I'm interested in this toy. Good for it.
Yeah.
It exists.
Yeah.
It's certainly a thing that exists.
I wasn't aware of the chase for it until I walked into Sunrise, and I'll give you a quick little preview because the chase includes the Alfred E. Newman Mad Magazine face, which I loved Mad Magazine when I was a kid, so I'm like, fuck, I need to get the chase of this. So I picked up the chase.
Yeah. Richie's not worrying. He just bought it.
That's right.
And
What?
There it,
Me
and
worry?
There it is. Yeah, not anymore. Not with that figure.
That's right.
Oh, that was so bad. I feel like we're doing Home Shopping Network banter.
I need.
That was just
there we
terrible.
go. I had to scroll back a few pages to get to it. So.
Again, I'm sure you have probably dozens upon dozens of pages of pointless sound effects. And
well,
really,
not only that, it's the images that I'm putting up right now. So
I'm also just overjoyed by it. I'm not giving you shit. I'm happy you have so many sound effects because you can never have too many.
Exactly.
Never have too many.
Now, I have pre-ordered this next figure despite my initial thoughts because I'm pretty sure I can get over the head sculpt on this one.
It's a nice body.
It is a nice body.
This is the butterface of Superman.
The butterface Superman. But looking at it in this image, it doesn't look as bad, the face. And I'm sure I can swap out some heads, probably, with some of the heads that I have. But
I think you might be able to do that.
I've always been a fan of the New 52 suit.
Yeah, me too.
It's always looked nice. And again, they did a nice detail with the black S on the back of the cape as opposed to the yellow S. So that's one of my favorite details. And despite what a lot of people say, or despite what you may think or how you may feel about the New 52, there were stories of merit within the New 52.
Oh yeah,
and
of course there was.
Because I am a Superman guy, not having a representation of that era of Superman, I think I would regret not picking up that figure. So
Again, I think you're right. I think it's also one of those cases where you pick something up and you get it for a specific reason. I mean, again, some of the G.I. Joe classified stuff that I have is because I like the guy. He's got a nice, he's got a nice gait about him, or his walkabout is just generally appealing to me. But maybe the head sculpt is off, or maybe the guns are too plasticky and bendy, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean, again, you don't have to justify the reasons why you like stuff. You just like it.
Yeah,
you just like it.
If I want to buy it, I'll fucking buy it. I'll fucking buy it if I want to.
So what if he has a stupid face? He's a white guy. Do you know what I mean? White guys have stupid faces.
You're looking at two of them.
Faces. Yeah, man. People still pick us up off the shelf and take us for a spin. That sounded really bad. Let's move on really quick, Richie. What's next?
The Rebirth Batmobile. which kind of looks.
Yeah, it's it.
I like it because it's a kind of a mix between like the Batman the animated series, but then it's got that bat on the head that kind of gives it that classic feel to it as well, and then the back is also kind of like the animated series. So,
yeah, my face says it all.
Yeah.
Meh, it's a big old meh for me.
Yeah.
I'm only like I have, where is it? Like I have the Batman animated Hot Wheels toy. Whoa, that's dusty. There we go. There's a Batman. Like, it's fine. It's not my favorite Batmobile. But it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. This is fine.
It's fine.
If
It's
you're a
fine.
Batmobile, if you're a Batmobile completist for your figures, that's great. And it's really surprising that McFarlane ended up doing Batmobiles for the 7-inch figures to begin with. So, like, you know, go off, Queen.
Yeah.
But it's just not something. They're too big. They don't really appeal to me.
Yeah.
And this one is just a very meh design.
If
for me
I
as
was
far as
collecting
go.
Batmobiles, I would probably pick that one up. But
Well, you'd have to.
I'm not picking up Batmobiles, so I'm not. I only actually have 2 vehicles, 3, sorry. Because I have Lobo's and his motorcycle or space cycle. I have the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider with his bike, and then I recently for $9.99 and as seen in a previous episode, picked up the Red Hood sports bike. So, but those, with the exception of Lobo's space bike, they don't take up actually a lot of room. So, but Lobo's bike certainly does. So,
Yeah, they do.
Moving along.
Next up,
Another one.
there is so much stuff to get through, and we're just running our mouths trying to be entertaining. Anyway, what's next?
So we got another version of Mr. Terrific. I can't remember where he had a yellow jacket in the comics. I don't think it was even in the Terrifics when he was in that comic, because I think it was more black and white were those costumes. So any Mr. Terrific fans out there can probably correct me. Or maybe this was just like the miscolored Azrael Batman where it was on a panel once that they decided to make an action figure out of it.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen the yellow jacket in comics or on a cover before.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever.
And then whatever.
It's fine.
I think I'm holding out for the Mr. Terrific from Superman, which hasn't been put out on GameStop from the movie. I just have a feeling I'm really going to like this guy's performance as Mr. Terrific. I just have a feeling. So, plus the vinyl jackets on this and the other Mr. Terrific jacket. Mr. Terrific look like ass. But if I got them for $9.99 like I did the Captain Boomerang, I might forgive it.
There you go. Yeah, this is Edie Gathie's. He's the guy who plays Mr. Terrific in the film. I think this is his year.
I keep wanting to call him Darwin, but that was his character from X-Men.
X-Men First Class.
Yeah.
That's correct.
But Darwin is also a cool first name for people, so I mix things up in my brain.
No, it's not. Don't name your kid Darwin. Darwin Thompson. How does that sound? That doesn't sound great, does it? No, it doesn't. Don't do that. Anyway, what's next?
Next is this monstrosity.
Oh my God.
Now, this isn't an action figure itself.
God.
It is a vinyl figure, but I had to include it because we're all like, what the fuck? This is coming from the Superman movie. I have a feeling that this is something that is going to make sense to us. I don't know what, but for now it's a monstrosity.
So it's obvious based on the feet and the hands that it's like one of those deformed figures that they're doing. I think there's a Metamorpho coming up that also has bigger hands and bigger feet. So I think it's not going to look that exact way in the film. It's more deformed as an action figure. But one cannot question, how did this happen?
Yeah.
This has accidentally racist written all over it.
Like, I have a lot of trust
not good.
and faith in James Gunn, but this has me a little curious as to what the fuck.
I can't see this appearing in the film looking like this. I think it's just a normal alien baby looking figure. It's a normal alien type baby thing in the movie, and I think it's just deformed here as a part of the figure. And I could be wrong, but that's how it looks. But again, and again, context is very important in this case. When you watch the movie, it's probably going to make a whole lot more sense and look a lot better. But this image as it stands right now is very problematic.
This may be something
at best.
That they should have waited until the film was released before they put it on shelves.
I agree. I think, again, context is really key here. And they probably thought, oh, this is going to be cute. We're going to have a bunch of cute things. It does not look cute. Whoever approved this on the design and production standpoint for toys and figures and accessories probably should have gotten some sort of reprimand from their superior. And their superior should have gotten a reprimand for just allowing this thing to be released. So we're going to withhold judgment until a later date. But holy shit.
I'm just going to say,
this awful.
This is why you don't do things like crack cocaine. That's the last thing I'll say.
It is a monstrosity.
Now, something we have seen before that's coming up next. This is also a vinyl figure, Baby Kaiju. We've seen the large version of it in the film. This is the Baby Kaiju. I thought maybe at first that this could be a younger version or another version of this, but I don't see it changing color that much in whatever experiment they're doing. But yeah, there's a Baby Kaiju coming as well.
Yeah, it's not as cute as a baby. I think it's cuter as a full-grown monster. But I love the fact that they are calling it a kaiju.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that thanks to it's Pacific Rim, that kaiju is now our preferred nomenclature for giant monsters.
Yeah.
So thank you, Pacific Rim from 2014 for gifting that to the world. The correct Japanese term for a large monster. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, we got some more Superman the movie stuff, and this is the battle-damaged Superman. It's hard to see in this image, but as I go to the next one, you'll see his costume is all sooted up. You can see some on his hands there. You can see some dirt and grime. His suit is all grimy. I think it looks cool, and so I pre-ordered it because it just dropped the other day for pre-order. It's Superman.
Of course you did.
Now,
of course you did because you gotta have a clean one and then you gotta have a dirty one.
Exactly, because the dirty one will actually be better to pose with Crypto for that movie scene.
Sure, you have the dirty, grimy version, and then you have post-tide wash. Yeah. It's fine. It's a thing.
And there's actually, this is like the third Superman figure that's released. There's the Superman and Crypto figure. There's the solo Superman figure, and then there's the battle damaged Superman. Right. I am not getting the just solo Superman because it looks pretty much the same as the Superman and Crypto, so... But the other one's dirty, so I need the dirty one.
Yes. Reggie needs regular and Christina Aguilera versions.
That's right.
Okay, that's how his brain operates.
Now, we had seen the image for Lex before, but Lex has dropped on GameStop for pre-order. Not only that, but there's also going to be a Lex and Baby Kaiju. Much like Superman and Crypto, Lex and Baby Kaiju is getting a thing. I haven't pre-ordered any of the Lex figures yet.
Again, suited figures. We've talked about this before. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I'm also not certain about how the face swap is going to look as far as that seam.
Yeah.
So
especially
we'll
on a bald figure where there's nothing to sort of mask that. So
it's a wait and see on that front to see how it ends up looking. It might look fine, and it might look like yes. So we'll find out.
Yeah. Now, we had seen images of Ultraman before, but is actually now on GameStop. So I've got some and there's some better images of I was going to say Ultron, but Ultraman. We've discussed our theories on Ultraman previously. But I love that pose there where he's like, "Arr!" He comes with 2, 4, 6 additional hands, which is pretty good.
So many hands. I don't know. That's weird that he comes with so many hands. But hey, that's fine. That's fine. But again, we're still waiting to find out again what kind of Ultraman we're going to get for the movie.
Who is under that mask? And not only that, there's a battle damaged Ultraman, which is a little harder to see that it's dirty because the other one is dark as well, but you can kind of see the darker patches on it. Again, I'm not sure on Ultraman yet. Grab. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Bit of a cash grab on this front. Who's gonna get regular and battle damaged for a character that may or may not be a major part of the film to begin with. It's a meh. Again, I would say maybe you want to get the regular, but skip the Christina Aguilera version. And that's how I'm going to refer to like
battle damage,
dirt-covered figures from now on is all Christina Aguilera. Yeah.
It's coined here first at Speeding Bullets Repackaged that dirty figures are Christina Aguilera.
Wanna get dirty? It's about time for my
I might, depending on how much I enjoyed the character in the film, I may pick up the clean one, but I'm probably not going to get both unless there's a discount that I will.
Oh, Richie, you're exactly why they make variant figures. you sap. Gotta get them all.
That's true. Now, there is more Superman movie stuff to get to, but in the middle of doing that, when I was prepping the show, I forgot to put the Dark Stars earlier, because I meant to put it after Dark Archer. It's a Green Lantern villain. They tried to make them more relevant again recently in comics in the past 5 years. I didn't finish that storyline, but it wasn't really taking. And
they're not really a villain. They're more like they're like space cops.
Well, you haven't seen the more recent stuff with Dark Stars then, because they made them a little. They vilified them a little bit, like where where they want it to be the Space Force as opposed to the Green Lantern. So they were kind of like I haven't finished the story because I got sidetracked and I haven't read comics in a bit. But
so the Dark Stars are the ACABs of the DC Comics universe.
In the space cabs, space ACABs, SACABs.
They couldn't ACAB the Green Lanterns. And they were like, well, we need a force that we can, all cops are bastards, and we'll do it with the Dark Stars. We'll do it, and we'll do it with them.
All right,
that's fine. It's very real world. That's very real world.
Back to Superman movie stuff. We teased this earlier. This is the vinyl figure, like the baby kaiju, not an action figure, but the
Richie is dying on cam. He is dying on YouTube. So but don't demonetize us, please.
Seeing Metamorpho display his powers a bit kind of looks neat. Still got
again. This is why I think that baby figure is in this line, and it's going to look different in the movie, because I think the baby figure is more in line with this sculpt, this kind of outrageous sculpt for the hands and the feet and the overall body. So that's what I'm saying. I think that figure is disproportionate to how it will actually appear, just like Metamorpho here.
Huh. We'll see. We shall see. A little bit of superpowers, Superman stuff. I didn't get individual pictures for them all, but this is a 5-pack that I've seen pictures. Apparently, it comes in a really nice looking case box, but I've seen some where they open it up, but Superman is on the far right, so people are complaining like, why isn't Superman in the middle? But yeah, I'm not into the superpowers line.
Me neither.
I originally picked up this guy from the Superpower line because I didn't think I was going to be able to find the McFarlane version, but I ended up finding the McFarlane version from a dude here in Ottawa on Marketplace. I held that up, and I didn't even have us on the screen. So, this guy is what I was talking about. I gotta be cognizant of what I have actually showing on the stream sometimes. So
now remember the word cognizant, but he won't change the image, so it's us talking.
The brain of a stoner.
Richie, land of contrast. He's a land of contrast. It's fine.
Then we got the Terrifitech vehicle. That's for the Superpower line as well. Again, not something I'm gonna get, but I just wanted to show it because the Superman movie stuff.
I think it's great that the Superpower line is existing and that it's something for kids, because that way they get a chance to play. And if they're into toys and everything, as they get older, they can get the more detailed, more complex action figures. Yeah. So I'm a big supporter of the fact that the Superpowers line is back, and I hope that does continue in some capacity when McFarlane loses the DC license and Mattel picks it up.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe the Superpower line is a separate line that he'll keep he'll have the license for still. Maybe.
We will. I guess we're going to find out next year.
And that is all of the DC stuff that was spewed onto GameStop. Yeah, that was spewed onto GameStop is coming soon. All of those ones that we've just talked about are available for pre-order at GameStop or EB Games, and it's apparently available at some Sunrises here in Canada. Or if you're in the bastard collector in the States, you probably have it already. So.
We have such a love-hate relationship with our American families
now
down south of the 49th.
On to the Marvel stuff. From the Hasbro Pulse stream, they dropped all of the figures that are going to be coming from the Fantastic Four. Of course, you've got Mr. Fantastic himself, a Human Torch, or a Johnny Storm, who's not flamed on, but he's got a little flame.
It makes him sound like the pre-discovery of his gayness and then post-discovery. So pre-flame Johnny Storm, and then post 9/11 Johnny Storm, I'm now queer and I'm here and I'm used to it.
And there were more pics for these too, but these were really the two best pictures of it because, I don't know, Tupper and I talked about this a little bit already. We're not super jazzed with the likenesses here on these guys. And they really could have, they really should have done more with the stretchy figures, stretchy arm and leg stuff for Mr. Fantastic.
I feel like Fantastic is going to have he's going to have a boxed series where he comes with arms and legs that also stretch, and it's going to be a lot more detailed, and that's going to be like a $50 toy. Yeah. So I think that's definitely coming down the pipeline.
That I would get.
And the likeness for Pedro is pretty good, but he's got a weird look on his face. I don't think it looks like Joseph Quinn at all.
No.
Somebody said it looks more like Julia Gardner, who's playing the Silver Surfer, and now I can't not see it. That's what I see as well, and so I feel like the sculpt there is a mistake. We have here's the Wonder Woman, the Invisible Woman,
Sue Storm,
Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm. Vanessa Kirby is playing again. I think it's nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah.
And Vanessa Kirby is a very unique and beautiful face, and I feel that they didn't really capture her likeness properly here at all.
And then we've got the Silver Surfer. This version, Shala is her name, right? Shala Ball?
Shala Ball, yeah.
I think it looks really cool there. I like the posability for her on the board, and I like that she has the gripping hand to hold on to it. But I'm not gonna. So far, I'm not gonna pick any of these up. These two, I'm considering. The flamed on Human Torch looks really cool, and it doesn't look like you can really see through it a lot. So I think. They made the flame dark enough so you're not seeing the inside of the figure, at least from what I can see here. The thing looks cool, but from what I've seen in some of the pictures, he doesn't look like he's that much bigger than the rest of them, and I think he should be bigger.
I think Excuse me. I think now I'm burping also like Richie is usually doing through every episode. I feel like the Thing in the movie is a little bit more in line with the size of the rest of the cast. He's not this giant hulking rock thing. So I think that might actually be screen accurate.
Oh.
And yeah, I think that the Thing is really nice. I think it's a nice looking representation, and I think that's the one I would get above all the others. But you can't have a Thing and not have the rest of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit of one of those things, unless that's your absolute favorite character of all time. There's a little bit of a disconnect there, and I really wish that they had done better jobs with the rest of the figures, because I would have been interested in getting all 4 of them. But I think the Thing is the only one that's a must get if you're a fan of either the movie or of the characters. And
I would get the Human Torch on its own, only because, for the canonical reason in comics anyway, that Human Torch and Spider-Man are pretty good friends, so I could do some cool action figure interactions with my Spideys and the Human Torch. But
also, I will say that if this ends up being like the Thor Love and Thunder figures and the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 figures, and you do see these guys at, $15 at your local Safeway, then absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's worth getting them at a discounted price, but at the, the price point of on average is just $35, $36 in Canada. Can't justify that price range for these very average toys in my mind.
I have not pre-ordered any of these figures,
cool.
so
yeah,
they are available for pre-order. These ones are. The next ones that we're going to go through aren't up for pre-order yet, but I'm not sure. They're a Gamerverse. All of these next ones are Gamerverse.
They're all Gamerverse.
Yeah, they're from I think it's all from a fighting game that I can't remember.
It's Marvel versus Capcom, dude.
Is it Marvel versus Capcom? Okay, I wasn't sure because to me, if they were gonna do that, maybe they would pair it with a Capcom character to make it Marvel versus Capcom. So that's why I wasn't thinking that.
I don't think they have the license to do the Capcom stuff anymore. That's why. I think that's another toy company owns the license for the Capcom characters.
Now, just because there were so many pictures of these ones that I wanted to show as much, I did include more pictures per page, with the exception of this one, because I just wanted to take a close look up at the Venom and the Cap here. Despite my love for Venom, I'm really not liking the blue color scheme on it. And I know
I kind of dig it, man.
And I know he's kind of had that shading before. It's never been my favorite shading for him, depending on the artist.
It is, again, it is a game thing. This is how Venom appears in Marvel
the game
versus Capcom.
And I like how they have the game backstop for it for all their promotional images, and it looks like the boxes have that image on the back as well. Oh, June 12th it says is the pre-order for these guys, as seen on that image there.
So how do you feel? So again, Venom's not your cup of tea. I actually do like Venom. How do you feel about Captain America here?
I do like the cap, though. I think the shield effect looks really cool, especially with the ice. And I think if I was gonna get a cap that wasn't an MCU cap, this would be the guy, because he looks pretty straight out of the comic book / video game at the same time.
These are nice looking. All of these are nice. I agree. I think they're all really nice, but I do like this. I do like this set. This is nice.
I always like in Venom figures anything that has the symbiote peeling off of faces and stuff like that. That does look cool. I will give that credit. Just the shading on it is just not doing it for me.
Well, Richie, you can buy this 2-pack and then give me the Venom, and you can keep the Captain America,
and then we can have battles. It's a good idea.
I'm going to put that in my bag every time I come to Ottawa, so we can have a little play fight.
That's right.
Like we're 7.
Like we're not.
I don't even know why I tried to throw shade at us for even doing that. We're literally doing a podcast where we're talking about action figures.
Exactly. You shut your mouth.
I tried. I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking there. What's next?
Next is Gargantos. It's a character I don't know a whole lot of. You can see Venom in the background in one of the pictures. I think the eye looks really cool on this thing.
Yeah, it comes with different eyes,
Yeah,
I think, that
does.
you can swap out. Obviously it's got
I like how it has like the
stuff
crossed tentacles. Like, this is a really, really cool figure.
It really is.
I have no connection to the character at all, except for they sort of did him a little bit in Multiverse of Madness. But
a little bit in What If, yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, like, this looks like a very versatile, large figure. And I would say if I saw this on discount, I would probably pick it up. It's not something I'm going to pre-order or rent out and buy right away, but it's definitely something I would get at a discount just because it looks fucking cool.
It's cool. It's a cool toy.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Sometimes I think this is a good, all this Gamerverse stuff, this applies to all of them. But sometimes stuff comes out and you're like, that just looks cool. And it doesn't matter what the reference is and whether it means anything to you or your history. It's just like, that's a cool looking action figure. And this is a cool looking monster to add to a collection, and can fight any number of your figures and can go in any kind of display. So this is really, I think this is a real big winner for this line.
So, next up, we've got, it's an Iron Man and Omega Red 2-pack.
War Machine.
Is that War Machine? Oh, that is War Machine. Ah, I forgot he had the, yeah, my bad. War Machine. I didn't see, you know what I didn't see? You know why? I didn't see the cannon on his back, so I just thought it was an Iron Man variant. Much like the blue shaded Venom that they had. I thought it was maybe a blue shaded, but I stand corrected.
Again, based on the game. How are you, as the gamer, out of the both of us, not aware of the different designs for the game, Richie?
I was never huge into the Marvel Capcom game.
It doesn't matter. Neither was I. I just no. It's video games. It's superheroes.
Here's a look at the actual figures themselves. They do look kind of cool. He's less blue shaded there, and now that I'm looking at the picture, and probably less high than when I was prepping the show, I can see the cannon pretty blatantly.
Story checks out.
Story
checks out. But this is, I think, the weakest of the 2 packs.
Yeah.
But I will say it's still intriguing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see them really up close when they're in stores and take a look at them, because this is, again, like a War Machine figure and an Omega Red. I mean, super popular X-Men, super popular Marvel character. I don't know if people are going to be kicking down the doors over at your EB Games for this guy, but I think it's one of those things that if you see it, you might be like, I'm into it.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
Now the next one, I am definitely fucking getting, because it looks cool and massive, and that is the Juggernaut. That one. Look at that picture in the upper left corner. That just the face on him is just so cool. And he's got the punching effect there, and he looks very versatile for a large figure.
I'm with you on this one. I love this. I love the design. I love how it is so accurate to the games. And it's a bigger format figure, and it's definitely going to set you back a little bit of money, but it's huge. And I love larger figures like this that fit in with the rest of your line, that match how you feel those characters would be as size-wise. And then this will go up next to this is probably a 10-incher. This is going to go up next to your 6-inch figures, and it's going to look massive. His arm is the size of a 6-inch figure. And, I mean, that is a winner. It's Juggernaut. I think they really knocked it out of the park with this one. I mean, I'm not a must-get, but I'm like you, Richie. If I saw this at a reasonable price, I'd have to get it.
Yeah.
This is a Juggernaut.
Yeah.
You can never have too many Juggernaut figures, and there's not that many Juggernaut figures.
And I don't have any, so I kind of need that one.
Yeah. I agree. I love the punching effects. This is again, this is really, really cool stuff. Like they did I was super surprised when they threw this line out there, and I was like, is this something anyone asks for? And then you start looking at the figures and you go, oh, it doesn't matter if nobody asks for it.
They
this
look
is
cool. Yeah.
great shit.
Yeah.
This is great shit, man.
Sometimes they just make shit to make it look cool, and that's okay. Next up,
they should do that more often.
We got Thanos and Psylocke, which is a weird combination. But that
I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. That is the Thanos. This is not a must get for me because I do actually have this Thanos figure already. A lot of this is repackaged stuff that they've done before, and I don't care. It's done in video game colors, and it's a good chance for people that didn't pick up these figures originally or who weren't collecting at the time would get a chance to get them. But I gotta say, this is a set that if I didn't already have a Thanos, I would get because the Psylocke figure is great. So this is good stuff. Like, this is great stuff. And if you were missed out on the Thanos boxed set figure from I think 4 or 5 years ago. Here, I'm just going to show it to you. I have it right here.
It's not retro review today, Tucker. See, I like that look better.
This is not. So this is I picked this up I think in 2022, 2023 maybe, and I love this guy. This is a absolutely phenomenal action figure. And it's basically just
the other one has the higher. This one has the higher fins on
higher crown
at the crown, and I don't like the higher crown. I would get the one that you just showed me, but I don't like that one. So I would get that one, or I would get an MCU one. So
yeah, but if you wanted to get that Thanos figure and you missed out on it, and you just want a Thanos, it doesn't matter. I think this is a must get set, but. For me, I like the Psylocke more than I like the Thanos because I already got Thanos. But this is still great stuff. Like, really, really great stuff.
Now, the last one has some really cool stuff, although I don't care for its partner. But so you see the Wolverine here because I really like those really cool Wolverine claw effects. But he's paired with Silver Samurai, who's a great villain for him. I just have no interest in a Silver Samurai, but I really like that Wolverine because look how well he can like curl up there to attack. It's just really cool.
I mean, it does look like a re-release of the X-Men 97 Buck that you and I now have.
He looks a little buffer though.
It's possible that they switched out maybe his arms or his legs. It's hard to see on the tiny screen. It's hard to see on the tiny screen.
Bring him up. Like his arms don't look as
they might. They look. This might be a new. They might have mixed and matched some pieces and gave him a little bit more of a muscly arms and legs, just like in the video game, because he is kind of buff in the video game too. This is again, if you are, I think the claw effects are worth getting this alone.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like the Silver Samurai, I mean that's super awesome right there. Can you have too many Wolverine figures, Richie? And the answer is no. You cannot.
Very clearly, because I have so many.
Yeah, no, you cannot. I'm all in on this line. So this is again the Gamerverse. It is all based on like the Marvel superheroes, Marvel versus Capcom designs from the Capcom line, those Capcom games. And I gotta say, based on these shots alone, I mean, I think this is a absolute winner line. I think this is going to be Dark Horse popular, and it might not even be Dark Horse. I mean, I'm looking at this stuff being like, yeah, this is definitely really cool stuff. So I'm wondering what other collectors are feeling and thinking on this line, whether it's something that they've been looking forward to or whether these photos and these images really just jazzed them up like they jazzed me up on it. So I'm curious if you're watching this and you saw this, like, what do you think of Marvel? The Gamerverse Marvel stuff.
Now the Gamerverse is all encompassing because the Gamerverse they do the Spider-Man game line as well. Which to note, I will be receiving my Spirit Spider today in the mail because it's being delivered from Walmart. It was a Walmart pre-order.
Mail. We'll see how he'll talk about that in a future episode.
Exactly.
So do we have anything else?
We do have one more
coming soon.
No more Marvel.
One more.
No more DC. but we've got some G.I. Joe.
That's right. Coming on June 4th is the Yojo June. It's where they're going to reveal some more imagery of some stuff that's coming up in the fall. So I'm very excited about that. We're obviously going to be talking about this on a future episode. We'll be covering Yojo June and what came out for coming soon. But here we have Budo. It is a brand. People have been asking for this one for a while. Coming to the line. This is our CG render, so we'll be maybe looking at some photos down the road of how this looks.
Got a lot of accessories.
He's got armor. Yeah. I'm very curious about how the armor fits on the figure and how it works with the figure. So I'm really interested and intrigued by this whole thing. I love the guns. I love the swords. I think he has
2 sets of armor because the stuff that I think he has on now is also removable armor.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued to find out more about this toy because if it is one of those things where those pieces fit on and still allow for a full motion of accessibility and articulation, this could be a dark
he looks cool. I might get him.
Yeah, this is nice. I need more data. Yeah. I need more data before I'm officially a yay or nay on this. But Budo was a highly anticipated figure, and I think they really went above and beyond it for him.
If this was a Marvel figure, it would be a Maximum series.
Yeah, like it's definitely in the more expensive collectors line for G.I. Joe Classified, where there's more accessories, and they have a bunch of figures for that. And my mileage is hit and miss on that. Mm-hmm. Although I do like the Raptor, even though it keeps fallen down. He's in the back of my G.I. Joe setup, and he's fallen twice.
Speaking of falling down,
thanks to Richie,
my Kyle has fallen twice.
Yeah. And we now have like stands. Richie got me some stands, and we're going to talk about that in a future edition, the differences between the 2 stands that we got. I like them both, but I do have a preference.
I have a preference as well. And I have a reason for that.
We'll talk about that another time. Okay, but I have to attach now 2 of those stands to Raptor because he will not stand, and I don't want to put him on a flight stand because the wings are too
heavy.
They're too heavy to put him on a flight stand and have him stand up. So I'm gonna have to jury rig something together out of that. But either way, I do like the deluxe figures, and they do tend to include a lot of accessories and a lot of interesting stuff with them. So to bookend all of this for Budo, I want to see the actual real figure, and I want to see how the armor comes off and fits on,
and how he articulates with it on
properly. Yeah, if it's done properly and it looks good, and you can still pose the figure, this might be an absolute must get. Even though I was never a big fan of Budo.
Yeah.
So
I think it looks cool enough, and I'm not even the biggest G.I. Joe guy, that I might just pick it up because samurais are cool and it looks cool. So
my goal, Richie, is to get you slightly into the G.I. Joe line on some exceptions. So maybe this will be like your break.
Yeah. You see, like I know enough about G.I. Joe to be interested in it and be like, yeah, that'd be cool if I get it. But like you said, that might be the one that's like, yeah, I'm going to get that. So
I'm telling you right now, you cannot be a Word Burglar fan and not appreciate G.I. Joe.
It's true. I do appreciate G.I. Joe.
You're even wearing the shirt right now.
I just don't have
Viper.
as much knowledge as you and Word Burglar about G.I. Joe. So
we can fix that. You can learn. We can teach.
That's right. And with that, folks, we will leave you with that. I know it was all coming soon this time. We usually have some segments for you, but there was just so much stuff spewed out onto the internet for us to.
It's so good. Some of it great. There's some great stuff in there.
So comment what you may or may not be getting from these. If you disagree with any of our assessments with any of these, leave your opinions as well. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, hit that bell, and we will
ding ding ding
see you next time, folks.
Peace out, homies.
I know it's hard to remember all 1,980 members. That's why you have to go and collect them all. Tell your parents they can buy them at the mall now.
Shit Richie bought this week.
Ha! We'll show Tupper. Excuse the bottom, because I didn't set this up properly. Let me take that away. We'll leave that there, because we're waiting for Tupper to join. But we got a lot to talk about today. Tupper said, no, we can't do any shit Richie bought this week because we got so much to talk about. Well, we're going to do a little surprise unboxing here of the Platinum Edition of Many Lives of Superman, which I didn't say I was going to get the original because, well, I have one that's perfectly fine. Now, I got this one because I used to love Mad Magazine. Still do. I haven't read it in a while. But Alfred E. Newman from Mad Magazine is one of the heads in this, which I'm going to pull out right now. There we go. Did I get all the tabby things? Sorry, Tupper. I know you hate the sound, but there we go. There's the Superman himself. We're going to put this at the end of the episode, by the way. Yes, the Superman himself. Of course, we got the flight hands, a staple with every Superman figure. We have the mummy head, which is not a head that I had with my other Superman. And of course, the Alfred E. Newman Mad Magazine head, which I am going to pop off the other head. That was a good sound. I like that sound. And now we have Alfred E. Superman. Take that, Tupper. There was a shit Richie bought this week. Excuse the thing under me. Unless I fix it in post. But otherwise, there's some Discord thing under me.
Shit Richie bought this week.
Waiting for Tupper.